Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chairman and CEO of salesforce.com, Marc Benioffs.
Good morning, everybody! Good morning! Good morning. All right, we call that video "The Day the Software Industry Stood Still." Very exciting, opening in theaters near you. We are so excited to have all of you here at Dreamforce 2009. Unbelievable. On the way in this morning, they told me over 19,000 people have registered for this conference. Spectacular. Give yourselves a tremendous hand for being here. Amazing. And I just want to address not only the 10,000 people that are in this room, but the 3,000 people who are in the overflow room across the street, and the additional people who are watching this on LCD screens in the expo hall. This conference has far exceeded our expectations for attendance, and it is definitely a sign that something is happening here in the software industry, something exciting, something important, and it's something that we are all participating in. Something that was going to allow us to all come together. Something that's going to allow us to all really see today the future, to understand it, and to create it. And I'll tell you why I'm excited today. Because today I really believe, and I know that salesforce.com has made a lot of exciting announcements over the last 10.5 years that we've been around. But I think today will be our biggest and most exciting announcement ever. So let me just tell you, before we get going, what I'm going to try to do with you over the next 90 minutes or so. First, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a company update. We're going to give you an update on how the company is doing. We released our new results last night. We've integrated those with our past performance. We want to show you how the company is doing. And then I also want to bring you through our company, fundamental company strategy, our different models. Why I'm doing that is I want to level set us. I want to kind of be able to take these thousands of people that we have who've had lots of different experiences with salesforce.com from all around the world, and I want to level set it. And so I'm going to do that in basically 3 sections. First, we're going to basically do this company update section, which is going to include our strategy and technology overview. Then we're going to move on and we're going to talk about our products that we have today. Product strategy, what we've been working on, what you've been using, why you're excited, what's happening, what got you here. And then we're going to do something amazing. Well, we are going to do something amazing. We are going to open a door, and we are going to walk through it, and we're going to look at the future, and we're going to see something totally new that all of you are going to get your hands on early next year. And my goal and my intention for by the end of this program today, after this 90 minutes, and as we finish those 3 things, that you see a new possibility for our industry, that you see a new possibility for yourselves, that you see a new possibility for this company. And we want you to all be part of that. We want your feedback. We want your insight. We want your interest. Now, this is a complex conference. If you've been here before, there's a lot of things going on. If you have a problem, if there is any issue at all that is bothering you about the conference, something that has gone wrong, or you need help with something, first of all, if it's a medical issue, contact one of our medical people who are around the facility all the time. But if it's something that you just want to nag me about, which I understand, then you can email me at co@salesforce.com, and I'll be checking my email throughout the conference, as will my assistant, and we will get right back to you. I want you to know that you have a direct connection to me for the entire conference. Now, let's start Dreamforce. Now, as I've mentioned, as we get into the 3rd phase of today's presentation, we're going to hit some very exciting new products, some new technologies. And while I usually bring up the safe harbor statement here to be able to let you see the safe harbor statement, and many of you have already seen the safe harbor statement, and it's on our website, and it's on our investor relations website, I just want to make sure, because we're going to be looking at technology that is not yet released, that there is a couple of key parts here that you need to just know about. And that is that any unreleased services or features that we describe, and there's going to be quite a few of those, are not currently available and aren't going to be until next year and may not be delivered on time. Very positive and optimistic. And customers who purchase salesforce.com applications should make their purchase decisions based on features that are currently available on the here and now. Now, we usually have that here. It's usually on the safe harbor. But because of the magnitude of the announcement and what we're going to show you today, we just wanted to emphasize those key points to you. Now, Dreamforce, these slides can't even keep up with your momentum. It's unbelievable. 19,000 attendees. Unbelievable. From over 60 countries. And we have over 300 breakout sessions for you to learn everything about cloud computing. You know, I think this is just a great time. If you've come from outside of the United States, if you came from outside the United States and you had to go through our immigration and all the things, all the difficulties that we put up to let people in the country, if you came from outside of the United States, would you just stand up and be recognized? If you came from outside the United States, stand up and be recognized. Thank you. Thank you for all of you. And not just thank you for those international visitors, but thank you to all of you. Thank you to all of our customers. Thank you to all of our believers, to our press, to our analysts who are over here on the left. Thank you. Thank you for the great support that you have given us this year. A difficult year for so many companies and so many individuals around the world, and you've given salesforce.com tremendous support. Thank you for all of the ideas and the concepts and the notions and the encouragement and the advice that you've given us and constantly give us throughout the year. We want to thank you. And this conference is for you. This conference is not for me, even though it is my favorite day of the year. This conference is not for salesforce.com employees, even though we love it. We love going to the Black Crows tonight, but it's not for us. This conference is for you. This conference is because what you do for us, this is our way of giving back to you. And we want this conference to be great for you. And that is very, very important. We want to thank you for everything that you have done. And not just if you have ideas about the conference or suggestions, but if you see things as we go through the whole program, you have advice, or even after the conference, you're always welcome to email me at co@Salesforce, or any of our employees or our sales managers, your account executives, because we need to hear from you. This company was created because of you. This company is created because of the fundamental belief and inspiration that you had in this model and in this company. And we recognize that each and every day. It had no matter what our vision was and our values or any of those things. At the end of the day, the most important thing was you. That is why you're here. We recognize that. And at times it seems like it's not about you, but it's about us. Because we don't know if it's you or us or you, or me or you or my. We don't know. We get confused. But the reality is it is about you. And we want to really focus on that. Now, salesforce.com's mission as we go around the world, as you know, is to be this cloud computing evangelist and missionary, visionary. Our job is to articulate and basically show how the world is changing from mainframe to client server, to enterprise cloud computing. Now, I bet a lot of people in this room can do this slide at this point. Is that right? How many people can do that slide? Raise your hand if you can already do the slide. Okay, we're going to pull one of those people up here to do that. No, we're not going to. And when we think about cloud computing, of course, we thought about it as applications moving to the cloud. That's where we started. Our sales app moving to the cloud, our customer service app moving to the cloud, marketing moving to the cloud, and other people joined us. Productivity apps moving to the cloud, and HR apps moving to the cloud, and all kinds of exciting things moving to the cloud. And then a huge shift started to happen halfway through our history, where it wasn't just about applications moving to the cloud, but it was the platforms moving to the cloud as well. The fundamental operating systems, the fundamental tenets of our industry, where we built apps, were going to move to the cloud. It was a huge recognition, and we've been working on one called force.com, and Microsoft is working on one called Azure, and Google is working on one called App Engine, and Amazon is working on one called EC2, and Facebook is working on one called Connect, and it's amazing what is happening, that a platform is moving to the cloud, that we're not going to have under our desks or in our data centers platforms, that the platforms are in the cloud. Awesome. Just awesome. Applications in the cloud, platforms in the cloud. And that this fundamental cloud computing model is multi-tenant, like an apartment building or like an office building with multiple tenants, that you can pay as you go, that it is elastic, that as your company goes up and down. And IDC says it's 5 times faster and 1/2 the cost to use cloud computing and to build and deliver apps in the cloud than using either Microsoft.NET or Sun Java. That's amazing. And you know where they got that information from? You. They surveyed hundreds of salesforce.com customers, and you reported that by using our systems, you are delivering to your company's capabilities 5 times faster and 1/2 the cost. That has to be exciting to your companies. And it's been exciting to our company. Generously, you've created a company that as of yesterday is now at a $1.3 billion revenue run rate. One of the largest independent software companies in the world. We delivered a quarter of $331 million in revenue. There's now almost 70,000 companies like you on our systems. It's amazing. For those of you who have been following us for so many years, I'm sure you remember when it was 100 users, or 500, or 1,000, or 10,000, but almost 70,000 customers. And some of the largest and most important companies in the world are using these services. And we announced some very exciting new ones yesterday, including AIG Edison, and additional expansions with Japan Post, and with Avon. I mean, to have these marquee customers up here, it just is incredible. It's a proof point that cloud computing can serve the very highest of the market, and also cloud computing has been proven over again. It can go and serve every size of the market. How many people here are with companies with less than 100 employees? Would you raise your hand if you have less than 100 employees? How many people here have between 100 employees and 1,000 employees? Would you raise your hands? And how many people here have more than 1,000 employees in your company? Raise your hands. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? You know, it used to be that when we had a big conference like this, all the small companies had to go to one conference, all the medium companies to another conference, and all the large companies to another conference still. And the reality is, with cloud computing, we can provide a democratization. We can provide this kind of capability, this kind of power, to let everybody come together. And we've been broadly recognized for this innovation in the cloud as the leader by many of the agencies that you look for advice and consulting on where it's moving forward. But we're not just about a new technology model at salesforce.com. We're not just about a new business model at salesforce.com. Both of those have been pioneering aspects of our capability and what we've done. We're also about a different set of values when it comes to philanthropy and giving back. And we made a decision when we started the company to take 1% of our equity, 1% of our profit, and 1% of our time. Well, I guess it wasn't very hard because we had no equity, no profit, and no time. But we did. We put it into a 501c3 public charity, and we called it salesforce.com Foundation. The day we created it, an amazing thing happened. One of my key mentors, who you're going to hear from tomorrow, the person who personally inspired me, as you will read in the book that we gave you, Behind the Cloud, onto philanthropy. And I think probably the main reason that salesforce.com is actually so successful is this commitment that we have to return back to others. We will this year deliver 165,000 hours of community service. We run over 6,000 nonprofits for free. And we've already given away over $18 million in grants. And we're going to have another big grant tomorrow that we'll announce with General Powell. Now, this is a very important time for me. Let me just ask you, if you are with a nonprofit organization or a non-governmental organization and part of this program, would you just stand up and be recognized? Will you stand up if you're a nonprofit organization or a non-governmental organization? And we have almost 1,000 of those here. And the reason I think it's so important for them to stand up is, and I'm speaking to the commercial customers now, they need your help. You have the wisdom and expertise and the power, and honestly, you have the money to be able to help those organizations as well. And they're on Salesforce, you're on Salesforce. You can do a lot for those organizations who are working to make Salesforce more successful. Well, we have a tremendous influencer here in San Francisco who's also committed to giving back. He gives back as a leader of the city of San Francisco. He gives back as a leader of the green movement worldwide. And he is giving back on a regular basis with tremendous vision. Please welcome the city of San Francisco's mayor, Gavin Newsom. Gavin, come on out.